It's Jan. It's April 14th. Thanks for spending some time with me. Um, I know you noticed my hat. It's my bike helmet. And today I'd like to talk to you about looking both ways because recently I had a friend on Facebook say that a friend of his was hit by a biker in the lanes in Manhattan, and I felt very bad for her because she was a hairdresser and she lost the use of her right arm. Well, I'm a biker in Manhattan. I've been riding a bicycle in Manhattan for maybe 30 years. I even carried it up 4 flights of stairs when I first moved to Manhattan, and my friends and I have always been bikers. My friend Paige Johnson, who just passed away, biked in the city until he was 95 years old. He was a tremendous biker. So I have a tremendous amount of sympathy for people who ride bikes, and I also have a lot of sympathy for people who are pedestrians. We try to live together in this city, but I have a couple of suggestions for bikers and a couple of suggestions for pedestrians with my vast experience. Okay, so I want to begin by painting a picture for you of an incident that occurred many, many years ago. I'm riding my bike downtown on Broadway, and it's probably 1 a.m. I'm out pretty late, and I'm going down Broadway, and I mean, it's probably around 62nd Street, and there's a wide highway there. The road is really has a lot of room, and there were a couple of pedestrians, a couple walking across the street. It was a red light that I was approaching, but there was no one in any section, and I just want to remind you that everybody in Manhattan jaywalks. Everybody jaywalks, especially late at night when there's not many cars around. So I'm coming through the red light. Yes, I did go through the red light. And there was probably 20 feet between me and the couple that was crossing the street at the same time. And the gentleman turned and looked at me and said, "I hope you die a horrible death." Well, I didn't reply, but I did think, harsh. I didn't come anywhere close to them, and I was thinking, wow, you have a lot of anger toward bikers. Now, it's important to note that yes, there are a lot of bikers on the street that are making a living. They're delivering food, they're delivering medicine, they're delivering all kinds of things to the residents of New York City. You can see them on the bikes because they have the great big packages either on the front or the back of their bikes. They also have electric power on their bikes at some times, and that's even spooky for a biker. When you see someone zoom around you from either side, you know it's probably an electric bike. That can be scary, but what's mostly scary are pedestrians. Pedestrians jaywalk, they step out into the bike lane, they don't look both ways. Most bikers, and I would say 98% of the bikers that I know, do not run red lights. They really stop, they assess the situation. Is it a possibility of going forward? Is it not a possibility of going forward? They really do take into consideration that a bike is made out of metal, and if it hits a person, skin is not made out of metal. The bike is going to win. I also the other day saw a biker get taken down by a pothole. It happens. The potholes in Manhattan are numerous. So you really are watching 2 or 3 things at a time. You're watching the traffic around you, you're watching pedestrians, you're watching potholes. And if it's late at night, you're enjoying a free ride. Something where you don't see anything in front of you, so you sort of ease on through that red light. Yeah. Okay, I promise not to do it anymore. I promise I won't, like Candy Crush. I promise not to go through red lights anymore. But I do have to watch pedestrians. I have to watch potholes. I have to watch cars passing by. And that's the other thing. You people who are riding in those cars, passengers, please make sure that you look out your rear view mirror, or you ask the driver to look out their rear view mirror before you open the door. Do not just haphazardly open the door. I have a lot of friends who are taken out every week by doors opening without people checking, because sometimes cars do park in the bike lane. Another bad thing. That's why they set up the bike lane, so cars shouldn't be parking in them. So think about that when you're driving a car. I know so many people are trying to make a living in Manhattan, and they're doing that by Ubers, by taxis, by Lyfts, all kinds of ways, by delivering things to people who can't walk anymore, are in need. And that's important. I know it's important. But the UPS truck, if the UPS truck stops in a bike lane, poof, that bike lane is gone. That bike lane is useless. So, as with everything, everything can't be monitored all the time. You cannot have police at every inch of the city. And actually, they come very quickly once they're called, or if you stand in the middle of the street and go, police! At any rate, there's lots of situations that go into making a healthy microcosm of travelers in Manhattan. And I think what I want to leave you with is that try not to be harsh when you're yelling at the bikers, like saying, I hope you die a horrible death. But you can look both ways as a pedestrian. Look to the right, and maybe that's the direction that the traffic is not coming from. But then look to the left, because someone, and it may be a delivery boy, it may be a delivery man, it may be me, might have taken the wrong way to come up the bike lane. Most bike lanes don't have forward and backwards, the left and right passage. You want to make sure that nothing is coming in either direction.